pre-recorded rundown of Diddy, but there's a lot of news happening today. Just about 2 blocks away from the federal courthouse where I was, Brad Lander, who is a candidate for mayor, got arrested. So there's a bit of a protest in 2 separate areas. Here, I'll flip around. There's some people gathering here, and there's some people gathering on the other end. But we already have a mayoral candidate who said he'd speak to me, although he has an interview at the moment, Michael Blake. Blake's been pretty effective in the debates and kind of impressed a lot of people cross-endorsing him. A lot of people putting him on their slate last minute, so he's an interesting candidate. And I don't know why it's kind of fractured, because if we go around the corner, we'll see some other stuff happening. So let's move around and see what is up. But a lot of news today. It's hard to keep track. And then, of course, we could always swing by the Diddy thing, too. Hey, Bob Cox, nice to have you. So, again, it seems like it's an odd, fragmented rally, but I saw where it was before, so it looks like there are 2 kind of fragmented. I guess maybe that's the press area where people are gathering to speak to the press, and the actual rally is there. There's a state senator. There's actually a few people that I know. Hello from D.C. Hello, Hermes. You made it, yes. Really back in the thick of things in New York. There's never a respite. So again, we'll have analysis about the Diddy trial fairly soon, but I want to catch a little bit of the rally. And again, a candidate for New York City Mayor, Brad Lander, who's getting some momentum, just got arrested by ICE, which is kind of unique and interesting. So we'll see what the deal is. This is where he was arrested at the federal building, 26 Federal Plaza. Bit of a rainy day. There's a good crowd on the other side. It's funny that it's like fragmented. It's like the press is over there and you have to walk like 2 blocks to get to where people actually are. SJ, who got arrested? Just the controller of New York City who's running for mayor, which is kind of interesting. And so now they're having a rally in support of him. It's getting pretty big, actually, so we'll check that out. And on the other side, you have some people doing press, like Michael Blake. Maybe I'll try to interview. But we're almost up at the rally, so we'll see what's happening. And then I'll finally do a rundown of the Diddy situation. Hard to catch my breath here. Here we're coming up to the protest, guys. Really did. New York City is in the middle of all the action, eh? I heard Rabbit down the rabbit hole gave me a nice shout out. I appreciate that. Thank you for the new subscribers. That's Scott Stringer speaking. He's also running for mayor. Oh no, Zellner Myrie. He sounds a lot like Scott Stringer. It's funny how much they sound alike. But he's a mayoral candidate.
Of course. Brad demonstrated some courage. He has his back. He will be okay. Here's who will not be okay. The man that he locked arms with.
That's right.
We don't even know his name. We don't know his family. And there are people right now, as we are outside right now, who are getting snatched up by the same agent. It is happening every single day. And we cannot accept this anymore. What is happening is the attempt to normalize tyranny. And this is New York City. A city of immigrants. A city where everyone can come to and be whoever they want to be. That's what our city represents. So do not tell me that you were doing this in the name of public safety. That's BS. People are showing up to court doing the right thing. It's disgusting. go by quietly. If we have to be out here every day, guess what? We'll be here twice every day. Give them no quarter. We cannot allow them to hide. It is not a time to acquiesce. By the way, where's the mayor's statement? Out here with y'all. Let's keep going. Down, down with deportation, up, up with liberation. Down, down with deportation, up, up with liberation. Down, down with deportation, up, up with liberation.
Down, down with deportation, up with liberation. Up with liberation!
Justin Brandon.
Justice Brandon is ready for controller.
Thank you. I'm not a lawyer. I'm from Brooklyn. You know what we call this there? Complete and total bullshit. But we set up on the 12th floor of this building. What we're seeing here is a dystopian regime in action. Hey, you guys think you're so tough? Show your face. There's a bunch of cowboys up there in Trump's Gestapo mad-dogging me and Alexa. They're a bunch of cowards. Maybe they feel a little bit of shame for what they're doing right now. We're going to make them feel that shame.
Shame!
Show us your face if you're so proud of what you're doing. Controller who's second in line in the line of succession to the mayor. What are they going to do to our friends and our neighbors when the cameras aren't watching, when no one's looking? That's what keeps us up in that. Well, look, in this moment, the people need to be demanding more of their politicians at all levels of government. This moment calls for politicians to use the privilege of their power to stand up for our most vulnerable. That is the most important thing we could be doing right now. And let's not forget, for the next 6 months, Eric Adams is still our mayor. What did he do the other day? He had an emergency press conference, not to address our undocumented community, not to address our immigrant neighbors who are scared to death, but to tell people, to tell the activists, if you want to protest, you better be careful. That is not in a moment like this, I don't care if you've been in this city since birth or since breakfast. You need to be standing up and telling people, look, you're here now, you're a New Yorker, you have rights.
You got interest in a socialist newspaper?
Trump ain't gonna change that. Eric Adams ain't gonna change that. Nobody is gonna change that. We're gonna stand together
It's okay
until
if not,
this
some
shit
game
stops.
Working at my school.
We are the people too. A little bit louder, three. We want ice out of New York.
You're a teacher?
Yeah. People too! A little louder, 3!
Yeah, I do high school. We are the people too.
Louder, 3!
We want ice out of New York. We are the people too. A little bit louder, 3. We want ice out of New York. We are the people too. A little bit louder, 3. We want ice out of New York.
Yeah, one of the people who has been heading this as a committee out of it.
For us!
Like conferences we have and pushing teachers. Also, look at you like interested in social.
what got me interested in socialism.
Broad question.
I think when I was younger, I was just questioning authority, questioning society, and sort of realizing that the people in power were and then I went deep and I did my research and I got my degrees.
What's the name of the school you work at now? Oh, I got it.
Have not been located. Don't know where to do. And that is why we're here today. Because Norlander, a federally arrested, putting his body on the line, simply protecting the and as we were all sitting there observing this protest, we had a one guy of my district. We had 3 others. They were unrelated to each other, but they're being pushed through like a factory. No humanity or integrity in their court proceeding of how they got here. And the question that the judge asked every single one of them, are you afraid to go back to your home country? Every single one of them said yes. This country is supposed to be a country of immigrants and liberty. As an immigrant myself that came here in 1993, I can tell you right now, this is not what freedom looks like. True freedom is not covering your face. True freedom is not covering your body with a bulletproof vest. True freedom is not wearing buttons around your waist. That is not freedom, that is fear! We, the city of New York, are a sanctuary city. You have our commitment as elected officials of your city, those who stand with you. We stand for all New Yorkers, and we will fight until resolution. And also to make sure that every single person coming out of New York Plaza, Federal Plaza, that we as volunteers will put our bodies on the line to safely escort them out and then bring their families, bring their friends, volunteers, and we will make sure that every single person gets due process. Thank you so much. I say free, you say Brad. Free.
Brad! Brad!
You say Brad. Free.
Brad! Brad! Brad!
Next, we're going to bring up my council member, my friend, Council Member Tiffany Kavat.
You love your immigrant neighbors. Let me hear you now. When Brad was violently arrested, detained, and disappeared, he was in the process of court watching. And when he left, when he was pushed out of that space, our colleagues and I, we came in to sit and finish that court watching. Right now, in federal immigration courts across the country, you are seeing folks who are legally applying for asylum, having the federal government put in applications to dismiss their pre-existing cases. And I want you to understand why. Because the second the judge decides to dismiss that pre-existing case, it triggers ICE's ability to abduct our immigrant neighbors with no due process. Loophole in federal immigration law that allows them to do that. So the judge has a choice in that moment. The judge can rubber stamp the dismissal that the federal government asks for. They can set another hearing date to revisit the question in a short amount of time, or they can deny it. So now here is the call to action. You're all here because you care. Am I right? We need you to court watch. We need you to get trained to court watch. Because let me tell you something. There was an individual that we just finished walking to the train station whose case they tried to dismiss. But with 10 plus elected officials sitting in that courtroom, the judge denied that. You all have power too. So that is my call to action. And I will leave you with two more very short things. This is here, this is Boricua or any Puerto Ricans out here. We are migrants too. Our passports will not save us. That's right. We have been pushed off of our island time and time again because of the same violence, exploitation, and imperialism. These are our brothers and sisters, and you better believe we're gonna fucking put our bodies on the line.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Some of the best people on the planet. But I will say that they know. I will say that they know what I know. I've been able to call Brad a dear friend. This is what he does. Whether there are cameras watching it or not. So I got asked by somebody outside the federal courtroom, well, what would you say to the fact that he didn't appear because he put his body in? And I said, I'm proud as hell. And you are not prepared to put your body in between this fascist government and the people you were elected to represent.
Get out of the way.
Step the hell down.
Member Alex Forrest. Y'all, it's been a long day. I'll bring up Chris Marte.
Re-elect Marte! I ran against the dude a long time ago.
I want to pick up where Councilmember Tiffany Caban led off. We got to thank Brad Lander because he's not doing this because it's election year. He's been doing this before he was a council member almost 20 years ago. Right? So thank you, Brad. I know he can hear us. Let's make some noise for Brad. Regardless of what happens in a few days, 2 weeks from now, 3 years from now, Brad Lander is still going to be fighting for immigrants, period. I know a lot of my colleagues have said this, but right now, none of us are safe. Whether you came here today or if you are a citywide elected official, you are not safe. What we are facing is something we have not seen in my generation and probably anyone's generation who is standing here today. And so the regular tactics aren't going to work. We are going to have to stand up. We're going to have to put our body on the line like Brad Lander did a few hours ago. So if you are a lawyer, stand up. If you're an artist, use your art to make noise. If you're a community organizer, educate, teach, and organize. But if you're none of the above, show up. You're right. Teach other people their rights. Because as we saw today, and as we've been seeing almost every single day, this is a life and death situation. Many people come here because they are fearing death. Not just for themselves, but for their newborns, for their grandparents. They're risking everything to live in peace. But they came to a country now where that is on the verge. When they wake up and go to work, they have no confidence that the same dangers they face back home, they're going to fear today. And so it's on us, not just elected officials, not just community organizers, but everyday New Yorkers to do what we've got to do to save one another. Finally, I want to thank all of you, because in a moment's notice, hundreds of New Yorkers came here. Thousands of New Yorkers said this wasn't right. And in a few days, we can decide whether we want someone who's willing to put their body on the line for every New Yorker, or willing to just weak and not show up. That's what it is.
Re-elect Chris!
Just joining us. I see the crowd is growing. We'd love to see it. But stay safe out there. We have water and snacks and ponchos going around too. So we're going to be here until Brad gets released.
Yeah.
We're going to hear from State Senator Kristen Gonzalez.
Stand up to fascist administration! Let me hear some noise! State legislature! Next session to pass New York for all! Let me hear you! Such an honor and a privilege to stand with each and every one of you. My name is Kristen Gonzalez. I'm the state senator for District 59 in Queens, in Brooklyn, and Manhattan. And what each part of my district has in common is that immigrants are the backbone of our community. And what each part of my district has in common is at a time where people want to divide us, we are united in the belief that New York City can and should do better for our immigrants. And I know today we are united in our belief that we need to bring Brad Lander down. If we see the National Guard set on peaceful protesters, when we see the assassination of state legislators, when we see immigrants kidnapped from our communities without due process, and when we see our comptroller incarcerated simply for doing what is right, we know this is not normal. Right now, every New Yorker needs to pay attention, because this is serious. This is not democracy. This is fascism. And it doesn't matter who you are. It doesn't matter what you do. It doesn't matter where you come from. It doesn't matter what your status is. Democracy affects all of us. Right. It's the fight to save the flag. It's the fight for our immigrant community. But it is part of a broader movement. It is a movement that is what will stand between our protecting our democracy and allowing a fascist Trump administration to take a sledgehammer to it. When I see each and every one of you here today, I know that we have what it takes. Because this is the start of a longer fight. This is an urgent moment where we invite every person to join us. Because it will be long and it will be hard. But the reason that they had, and I just came from 26 Federal Plaza, where they had 25 armed guards by the elected officials and the street workers. And the reason why they're sending the National Guard across the country is because they're scared of us. Because they know that when we organize, we have what it takes to win. So I know I'm not going to stop y'all. I know you're not going to stop. I know New York is the city
peel off our cigarette real quick. I don't want to smoke anybody's face. Thank you. There's Michael Blake speaking, candidate for mayor. I was going to smoke a cigarette, but I think when you're speaking is kind of interesting.
My name is Michael Alexander Blake. I'm a son of Jamaican immigrant. Every single one of us needs to be pissed the fuck off of what just happened today. Because it's not just what happened to Brad and those over there is wrong. It's not just what happened in LA is wrong. It's a fascist government that is trying to create fear for every single one of us for standing up for what is right. Let's be very clear. Brad asked the very obvious question. Why are you doing this? You don't have a judicial warrant. And now they have the nonsense of saying in a tweet that Brad assaulted them. Now let's just say this real clear. I know some of the fools make shit up all the time. Brad didn't insult anybody, he stood up for me. And what you are watching right now, every single one of us as New Yorkers are saying enough is enough. Dr. King has a quote that has always stayed with me. He says, in the end, we remember not the words of our enemies, but the silence of our friends. You do not get to have the luxury of being silent in this moment. Is elected, we're here to say we won't be silent. And I remind people that ask a purpose as well. We don't set the record straight. Immigrants have always been providing greatness. Immigrants have always been impacting the people from us. We are New Yorkers.
Just gotta sneak out and smoke a cigarette. Give a little rundown. So for those who don't know, what happened is that Brad Lander, he's running for mayor. He's the controller of New York City. Pardon me while I kill myself with a cigarette. He's the controller of New York City, and essentially he was, I believe, this all happened very recently, but he was trying to protect a constituent of his, if I'm not mistaken. I shouldn't smoke. You're right, The Guardian. And he got arrested himself, which is kind of a bizarre thing to do. I believe they were trying to take away one of his constituents without a warrant, if I'm not mistaken. I could be wrong. It's all just happened within the last 2 hours. I was at the Diddy trial. So it's been a busy day today. So Lander got arrested, which, to be a little cynical as an analysis, smart move. A week before the primary, especially he got a lot of the support of the editorial board of the New York Times, even though they don't technically endorse anymore. So Lander might have some momentum, especially people are trying to find a happy medium. They don't love Cuomo's corruption, but maybe Mamdani might be a little too far left. Lander is cross-endorsed by Mamdani, but he has a lot of his fans too. But who knows? This might be an interesting bit of momentum. It might not be. Ross Baraka, mayor of Newark, had some guts too, which you got to respect, and got arrested outside the ICE detention center, and he did not win his gubernatorial primary, so you never know how it works out. But I think it's always good for people to stand up. Daniel Lee says it's an open chat. That's not a constituent. He's not a citizen. I guess if you feel like somebody's lived here for 10 years and has contributed, you might still consider them your constituent. What is the legal definition of a constituent? The constituent is people living in his community, hence a constituent. So I would say it is a constituent. Thanks for playing. 2 Democrats that got killed were close to walls. Okay. They're not chanting, send them home, Jennifer. Just the opposite. Au contraire. Some of these comments, man, where do you guys come from? Maybe out of my asshole or something. Someone says we don't care. Well, 124 people care, so. Daniel Lee says, you're a hypocrite. Obama supported many where you protest. It's always fair. They called him the deporter-in-chief, right? I remember I went down to Mexico. A bunch of people were deported by Obama. But Obama's never raided a graduation to deport kids' parents. That's kind of new. There's a lot of new methodologies here and higher numbers than was the usual precedent. So, say what you will, but a lot of people care about these people. Some think they're the scabs. Some get rid of them in Florida and then want them back all of a sudden. How'd that happen? Florida tried to get rid of their immigrants and they all begged for them back.
No! If you're going to let Trump and his cronies and his ICE cowboys take our people away? No! Are we going to let that happen?
No! Your birth is illegal, bro. United will never be defeated. People united will never be defeated. The people united will never be defeated. Woo. Promises made, promises kept, with the approval rating plummeting. So, he's at what, 41% now? A lot of ignorant high speech over. It's fun to talk to them, though.
Take our elected officials, and when they take our nation, they are trying to deny us our constitutional rights.
Yeah, guys, please subscribe if you haven't already. We'll be covering a lot of the mayoral election. I used to be involved in New York City politics myself, so I know a bunch of people here. I'm trying to stay hidden so they don't recognize me. I left in great shame. I'm kidding. I just quit politics.
America and all that stands. Government not by and for the people. Ain't no power like the power of the people, because the power of the people don't stop. Ain't no power like the power of the people, because the power of the people don't stop. Ain't no power like the power of the people, because the power of the people don't stop.
Ain't no power like the power of the people, because the power of the people don't stop. Power like the power of the people, because the power of the people don't stop. That hurt my back. Now I'm getting old. Alright guys, I get a skedaddle. I need to record that. I went to the Diddy trial, that's why I was here. So I should record that. I do a pre-record. I only have 10% left on my phone. Put a 1 if you're alright with me shutting off. Put a 2 if you think I should stay. But we still have 135 people watching, so maybe I'll record the Diddy video tomorrow. But I could do one or the other. 2. Alright, let's stick around. I know some people. If it gets a little quieter, I'd try to interview somebody.
Back to what Michael said. Michael said what he said about the PM. This is about the PM. But it's not about the PM. Because we have always we have always been afraid of tomorrow because we don't know if it will be taken away.
Shame!
Y'all are mad. You might laugh at the hard left right now, but the country is agreeing with the majority at this point.
That's right!
So when they use this immigration issue, they just such an evil way, such an evil way. They know you will find them because you can't be open, right?
Yeah!
We are the Yorkers and we will stand up for our community.
Yes!
Stand up for it, that's the way the freaking man.
That's right,
They
coward!
want you to think, they want you to think we are going to be intimidated by the freaking man.
No!
We are not going to allow them to come into our community.
That's right! Yeah!
He's got a union protest. Union protest.
When
He was holding his own and like
when Barack was arrested, right? It's all about showing this agency is a wrong agency.
I saw the video.
Oversight and control. They do not have control. Imagine Congress people are being arrested. This means they have no respect for our congressional community.
That's right.
Legislative bodies. Who did the thing that you think they have respect for us?
No!
All right, the best. Great speech, by the way. Good guess. Awesome.
Yeah, I got it.
Yeah, wherever's good for you, I appreciate it. For sure. Thank you. So great speech and got some supporters.
Bananas. No bottom. I mean, it's just, yeah. He showed that from the start. Further and further and further.
Not wrong about that. It's good we have some people keep it in check, but very few. Take your time. Do your thing. You're good. You're good.
With every step, they're like, oh, he won't do that. He won't do that. He won't go there.
Yeah, he'll never. It's not as bad as it seems. It won't. It won't be extreme at all. And then shocking. 4 months in, and it's the most inhumane way anybody's ever dealt with immigration. And it's funny because people try to make comparisons, but with past presidents, it's very different. With the amount, yeah. I'm curious. I got a little YouTube, so I'm talking with people. I'm curious. Are you scared for your civil liberties as an American? A little bit at this point.
I mean, I've always been concerned about my civil liberties.
Yeah.
Talking with my wife, we were talking about like going somewhere, wherever, without ID. Like, I don't even step out of the house without ID. I don't even go past the curtilage of the home without ID.
It's wild.
That's just standard operating procedure for youth.
Even just walking.
Yeah. So yeah, always concerned.
I don't blame you. I don't blame you at all. 'Cause it's like a domino. Happens to one person, then boom, there's everybody else.
What else is over here? What other electeds are?
There's some. Chris Marte was here. Zellner Myrie was here. Tiffany Caban in the city council. Yuli New, she ran for Congress, put up a good fight. Yeah.
I remember when she was in the assembly.
Yeah, I helped her campaign way back when she ran to the special.
Okay.
when she lost by about like 6%, but then ran in the primary later on.
Okay.
But she has a lot of guts too. I always admire her. I mean, that's the
Been off the
tragedy.
scene for a while.
Yeah, but that's the tragedy though, is because her heart's always been in the right place. She's been very independent, not pro-machine, and actually progressive. And it's like you get, everybody spends $1 billion against you because of it.
Yeah.
That race with Goldman was razor thin, but they spent millions upon millions against her.
Yeah, we see all the money coming out against Mandami.
Yeah, there's a lot of it.
It's a testament to that.
You think it's gonna work, or you think he'll pull it out? So you think he's got the momentum?
He's definitely got a lot of momentum. They're scared.
Yeah.
It's obvious. Bloomberg's getting in there with his money.
Yeah, real money. Yeah.
They're nervous.
And it's all because he wants to stop Mandami, because he never liked Cuomo that much.
Right. That's the
Yeah.
only reason he came in. He came
Yeah.
in just a while ago. And then you see I've seen like a lot of articles like The Atlantic, I think, had a negative article about Mandami.
Yeah.
I didn't get
It's
a
like
chance
they're
to read
deploying
it,
the troops.
but, it's like these guys are scared as hell.
Yeah. That's interesting. Yeah, it's like they're all.
That's a sign he's doing great.
Yeah, it's like sound the alarm. Every establishment media, everything that protects corporate Democrats. All right, sound the alarm against Mandami. Oh, cool. Yeah, I did. I actually was a running mate in 2016. So I ran for state committee. She ran for assembly. I lost. She won. So that was an awkward night, but tried my damnedest. But yeah, then also as an organizer for her for this area, I had Battery Park and Financial District. So yeah, you probably been there with all the door knocking and everything. Not fun. You gotta do it. Makes you feel like a Mormon missionary. So this is Yulene, who I ran, was my running mate once upon a time. So obviously I'm sure she'll talk to me, but I think my battery's gonna die, so I doubt I will be able to do it. Good meeting you, thank you. Appreciate it. I'm Doug. Nice to meet you. And there's my old running mate. I was her running mate in 2016. I ran as a ticket once upon a time when I was in politics, which is a long time ago.
That's right! Fuck you, get him! That's right! That's right! That's right! Shame! Shame!
Oh, you're the best. Thank you. Appreciate it. You're the best. Thanks for making the time. Thank you. So first, take your time, do your thing. So we got Michael Blake here. He's been getting a lot of momentum. A lot of people, the analysts, I think the voters unanimously agree. He kicked ass in the debate. I think he won it. So he's doing well. And what brought you out here today?
If this could happen to Brad Lander, it could happen to anybody. I mean, he was standing up for the people, and all of us are saying enough is enough. And so at the end of the day, whether it be New York City, whether it be Los Angeles, anywhere in the country, we deserve better than this. And it's our responsibility to make it very clear that our city is going to help the people, fight for the people in a better way.
Well put. And I'm curious, with your work in the assembly, do you do similar work in the way that Brad was advocating for? Oh, you're good. You can say hello.
How are you? Good to see you too.
Have you, do you do similar work with some of your constituents advocating for their immigration cases, if it might be unfair?
Absolutely.
Right.
Every day. And look, at the end of the day, we have to be very intentional of helping our people. And look, I'm a son of immigrants myself. My family's from Jamaica. And it's terrifying what's happening here. It's our responsibility to say to people, we're going to fight for you, we're going to protect you, we're going to make sure there's language access, we're going to have safe havens, we're going to ban ICE. We're going to take the steps to make sure that you actually have what you need. And that's what we're going to do. Stand up for the people, whether it be in the local community or across the country.
Do you fear that you might get arrested just for helping the constituents? Okay, but worth the risk.
police brutality twice in my life.
Right.
And so if you're getting arrested for standing there and trying to protect people, you know that everything is fair game.
And lastly, I think you're the only one in the race with experience in a presidential administration, the inner works of the Obama administration. Does that kind of make you more uniquely qualified to challenge Trump and understand how that White House operates in a unique way?
Every minute that goes by, we're being reminded more and more that my White House experience makes me uniquely qualified in this moment. We are watching an unconstitutional White House administration that's trying to hurt our communities. And I'm saying to everybody right now, you have an opportunity to do more and do better. And if you want that, my name is Michael Blake, and I want to be your mayor of New York City.
Michael Blake, NYC.com?
Blake for NYC.
Blake for NYC.com. Got it close. Well, I think you should vote for Michael. Great candidate, heart's in the right place. And that's why I'm a supporter of yours. We need somebody who knows the inner workings of how the White House works to really challenge them on a granular level. So I think you're going to win, man. You're the best. Thank you. Wish you luck. Thank you. All right, guys. So we got to speak with Michael Blake, cool guy, running for mayor. I got to shut off and get on the Diddy thing and record my Diddy video because I went to his court case. But I hope you enjoyed that, and please do subscribe. Thank you all. Love you.